I have been seeing a lot on my feed around cycle syncing. Can I sit there? Okay. You can sit with me, Mr. Boots. Anyway, there's essentially two camps about it. The idea of syncing your lifestyle to your cycle. I'm a millennial, and we grew up with the anything you can do, I can do bleeding rhetoric. So it was very girl boss, very get it done, my period doesn't affect me, etc. And that is sort of a tool of patriarchy and a tool of capitalism, because if you deny the needs of your body as someone who menstruates, then you can keep on producing work and effort for society. So you can keep going to work and looking after the kids and making money and buying items. Like, it's all very convenient. But then there's the other side of the camp that are the very aesthetic girlies who sync their cycle, where they will do less and take it more easy during certain parts of their cycle. And then they will ramp it up, their exercise routines, their adventures, their socializing, everything during the other side of the month where they deem it as more sort of like appropriate energy and cycle wise. There is nothing wrong with the idea that if you need to take a break, if you need to rest more, if you need to do less, cancel plans, go easy for your exercise routine on a particular week if you are feeling super drained. None of these things are inherently bad to say. And I think what really gets lost on social media with the 90-second reel situation is that both things can be true at different times. So, for instance, if you think of people with PMDD or endometriosis, adenomyosis, any of those really serious menstrual health concerns, that is a challenge. Like, month to month, week to week, day to day, there are some people whose mental health is seriously impacted, who physically cannot get out of bed. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't move within the shifts and requirements of their cycle, but when cycle syncing as an idea is sort of created to be this catch-all, like if you do this and eat this or behave in certain ways, it will help to balance your hormones, like the whole balance your hormones thing. My goodness, I wish that people would just stop and listen to some endocrinologists, for instance, or even like gynecologists, reproductive health. Like, wherever you are getting your health information, please make sure it's from someone with sources and credentials. Just because someone has 2 million followers does not make them an authority on a topic. Just because they have a podcast or just because they have paired with a wellness brand, like, they're all in cahoots, you know? I sound like I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, but really, please, if you're looking for really good resources on periods in general for young people or sort of young teens, Welcome to Your Period is really great. So it's by Dr. Melissa Kang and Yumi Steins. And they also did the Welcome to Sex book that had like the whole Australian saga where it was like pulled off the shelves with Big W and people were protesting it and whatever. I bought a copy immediately. So the advertising really worked. But Welcome to Your Period is super accessible and easy for younger people to understand when they are approaching the age of menstruation, which, fun fact, is somewhere between 8 and 12. So don't be thinking that your like year 3 or 4 is not potentially menstruating, because they are. Anyway, the other one is Period by, oh my God, I have to go find out. I want to say Clancy. Yes, it is Period by Kate Clancy. She's an anthropologist and really does an excellent job of debunking the misinformation and also making the science of it really accessible. So it goes super in depth into like brain chemicals and the way that your reproductive system works down to like the molecule level, but it is really important and it helps to dispel some of the sort of social cultural myths around what cycle syncing should involve or what it means to cycle sync. And then we have Welcome to Your Period. So it is ultra cute. Like, the graphics have always been amazing in this series, but it goes into absolutely everything. It talks about, you know, what to expect, period products that you can use, who you can go to for help, what typical looks like. So to help people understand when something about their cycle is not typical. Like, for instance, you hear stories all the time of people having super painful periods and then not realizing they had endometriosis because people go, oh, periods hurt, like you'll be fine. This resource really does an amazing job. So young people, less young people, although unless they're like massive nerds, I would have absolutely read this when I was 12. But yes, make sure that the people you are getting your health information from have credentials, please. And while cycle syncing or living your life according to what your body needs is important, the rhetoric around cycle syncing is ever so slowly shifting towards the sort of rhetoric that we were hearing back when women were trying to get the vote, or when they were saying that women shouldn't be in politics or in leadership because of the woo nature of their period. So take care of yourself, but do not make cycle syncing the most important thing. In terms of diet, just eat a well-rounded diet throughout the month. So again, not a nutritionist, so don't listen to my food advice, but from what I understand, eating in a consistent way that provides whole nutrition is the best way to do it. Like if you are eating one way one week, one way the next week, like just be consistent, you know? But yes, like I said, don't listen to me, but do listen to me about this stuff because I'm a sexologist. I've done a lot of like training and school, and I know a lot of things. So follow me, and then you can also know the things. What do we think of the peacock chair? Are we a fan of the peacock chair? Because I freaking love it. You can't see, but my house is full of plants, like an insane, like 150 plants. If you know, you know, if you've ever been to the Jungalow. But yeah, I want to start doing book reviews. How do I feel about that? Because I've got a lot of books in my sex library and we could learn about them together. Okay. I am Gillian May. This has been my little bit of a rambly Tuesday afternoon, just because I've been seeing a lot of cycle syncing stuff. So, yep. Okay, bye.